Hello everyone, this is Nicole Johnson-Starr with the PTSD Retreat radio talk show. It has been a long time since I broadcast, and I get to tell you there is a reason, and it was a conscious reason. I actually seriously thought about, again, stopping what I was doing. I get to tell you, part of PTSD is a lack of confidence. Sometimes it's just, am I doing the right thing? These things go through my mind all the time. Am I doing something that's actually assisting people? And I actually literally thought maybe I should take the PTSD retreat off the market and just keep it as a private entity. And I still may do this. And by the way, you get to bear with me because I am doing this from Afghanistan. I'm currently in country and have been for a while now. And I've been dealing with all sorts of fun things here. By the way, if you do hear things in the background, yes, it's real, but don't worry about it. I am in a safe position. So, as I broadcast this, there are amazing men and women out here, and each one of them are totally focused on completing the mission. And I've seen some fun things, and if I get permission, I'll see if I can post these photos. But if I don't, I'll just put it this way: hauling was hilarious. So we had James Bond, we had a German guy in lederhosen, we had Batman and Robin on top of a bunker, all sorts of things. We even had a horse's head along with horses beep, and quite a few things. Duck Dynasty showed up as well. I mean, it was a lot of fun here. And I'm serving a bunch of guys here now. Just so you guys know, I'm officially out of uniform. I am back to being Mrs. Contract ended, and so I have officially ETS'd now. Not medically discharged, but just ETS'd. And I'm back to being Mrs. And I'm in this cool transition to come here. Because I'm now serving as a contractor, and it's a lot of fun. But one of the things that has really popped out is I've been here, and the guys know what I do, at the PTSD retreat, and people keep showing up at the door. It doesn't matter what time of night. Thank God, it's usually after 2 a.m. things are not coming through. But we go out on missions, and I've had the honor of getting to go with these guys on certain things. And gotten to see a lot of the locals, and it just emphasizes just how big of an issue PTSD is. It's not just our soldiers that are dealing with it. We've got contractors here. There are civilians here, local nationals that are struggling. I went to the Women's Center, and there's these beautiful, beautiful girls there, and their moms. One of them is only a couple years older than my own daughter. And I'm not that old, but saying it just rubs it in. And when I was visiting her, not only has she been through that trauma, because she's a mom of a brand new baby now, her brother was killed that day because she had been talking to us. And she managed to keep a smile on her face. Just blew me away. And there are soldiers here that every day there's something going on, and they share their hearts, they share their smiles, they share their humor, and it's a survival mechanism, but it's also a way that connects and brings everyone closer. And I've been privileged to get to be a part of some of these things, and they've made me feel very, very welcome here. There's always jokes going on, and that tells me I'm okay. So if they're saying ma'am and so forth, I know I'm in trouble. But getting back to this, I thought about being done again. You guys know I have PTSD, and it hits me. I've had made no secret of it, and I've shared things with you. And it's funny, being back here in country, I actually feel at home. I miss my kiddos so very much. I miss my dogs. And yes, my husband too. But I miss my family, but I feel at home. Back in, in country. I'm on a tiny little fob that if I spit, I'll hit the other side. And I feel at home. And I'm one of there's only a handful of females, and there's just a bunch of really, really great guys. And I'm not going to tell you who I'm with. I'm not going to tell you exactly where. You don't need to know that. And, operational security always. But yesterday I had the coolest privilege of getting to sit with a soldier, and I was honored by his trust. And you guys, we totally get to serve each other. Yeah, I'm sitting here, I've got tears streaming down my face as I say this, because just being able to sit there with him and listen when he needed it. You guys, we are all, if you've worn the uniform, if you've gone somewhere and served, and even if you didn't even leave your fob, even if you never even left the States, but you wore the uniform and you served, be there when someone needs you. Don't pass them off. Don't walk away. Don't say, hey man, what's up? I'll see you later. Be there. Pay attention. You know what to look for, especially if you've deployed. That mentorship is so important. And I'm telling you, the gift that you receive, it's priceless. Sitting there talking with him, it made me realize just how important being there is. I'm still not sure whether or not this should stay public or if it should be allowed to fade off and become a private, 100% private entity where it doesn't matter when I'm doing it within, with a public notice. I was worried. I got to tell you, I worry about money all the time because, money comes in from other veterans, and by the way, to all the veterans, especially Torrin Nelson and all those other guys that are out there, thank you. From one veteran to another, and for all the veterans that have actually benefited from it. 100% of those funds have gone out, along with money out of my own pocket. And we need to be there. We need to continue. And I wonder, where's the money going to come from? We got, for our racing retreat car, it actually did okay this season. The PTSD Retreat car, that represents all military, no matter where you're from, what war, anything. It was at the Dells Raceway Park. It finished 30th and finished 9th in a heat race. It finished 19th in feature, and it did fail to qualify for Saturday's race, but in Oktoberfest it finished 54th and 5th out of 10, 6th in feature, and it was one of the top 3 cars transferred. There's races that could be raced still, but the money's got to be there. It needs to be torn down and refitted for the coming year, and that's about $50,000. It's to get the car up and racing. It's going to be approximately, actually not approximately, down to the dollar, $30,356 to get this car up and going to make it through the entire race season next year. Adding on to travel, for moving the car, that's the trailer and gas, just to get the car moved to the different races and to the different events, that's another $20,000. Yeah, I choked on that too. $20,000. So we're looking at $50,000, $356 to keep this car in public eye, so we know that our soldiers are being represented. It's not to make money, it's not for any other reason other than to show hope for all the veterans. And this car is all about serving for veterans. All the sponsors on the car are strictly supporting veterans. It's not for, big notice or anything else. It's to build the car, to build the veterans and let them know they're supported, and even on NASCAR. So it would be awesome. And first, the car needs to be broken down. We have 4.5 months, until the next season, and it needs to be torn down to bare skeleton frame, gone through and updated, just so it can be competitive for next year. And that means brakes, calipers, master cylinders, tranny service, rear end overhaul, new bearing seals, updated shocks, and suspension, just to be NASCAR legal for late model racing. So it's been a challenge for this year alone. This is not even including the drivers' uniforms and the pit crew shirts and everything else. We need to get that stuff updated and done. And I worry about the money. And we want to make it so it's also a two-seater, or have a second car that can be used strictly for veterans to learn how to race and have fun with, and at our race retreats. We don't want them to just go and sit in the stands. We want them to be a part of it and feel it, just like life. You can't just observe life. You get to be a part of it. You get to engage in every aspect of it. Some of it's pretty daggone dirty, and it flings crap all over you, just like cars on a racetrack when it's doing dirt racing. But it's worth it. It's so worth it. And this is just one of our retreats. We also have the Horseman's Retreat, horses, feed, stabling, instructors, saddles, helmets, all of this stuff, all this gear is important. Making sure that, the soldiers are able to sleep comfortably, making sure the kids have the safety equipment, making sure that our people who are doing this are actually covered, the instructors and the stable manager and so forth. This costs money. And Mary Jo and Katie and them are totally dedicated to horses, and they love them, and they're ready. And then we've got, the ice fishing retreats, Lance Hoffs. These are not, where we're talking like 5-star. We're talking roughing it on bare bone budgets. These guys are making it happen, and they're not just, doing it because they want to get paid. The Lord knows that we'd all love to get paid to do this, but that's not our purpose. Our purpose is serving other veterans. And we want to make it happen for the veterans, where the veterans are not paying for it out of their own pocket, to be at these retreats. We want them to know that they're loved, they're cared for, because we as veterans care for our other veterans, our brothers and sisters in arms. And sitting here in Afghanistan telling you this, it comes back home even more, it just keeps coming back to the heart. And I love each and every one of you guys. And I believe in you, and I know that you've gone through a lot. And it frickin' sucks. If I slip into cursing, forgive me, I'm back here, and it's hard to stay away from it. And there's my kiddo's not around to remind me. But, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, This place, it's I feel like I'm back to watching my third point of contact. But I'm also feel like I'm back where I'm surrounded by guys that are also watching my third point of contact. There is a double meaning on that one, because that does happen out here too. Because all the guys out here have dust in their eyes unless they're happily married or totally in love with their wives. And but we're watching out for each other, and this unit that I'm serving out here has done a wonderful job of making me feel part of the team and making sure I knew that I'm valued, and they've made sure I had, everything I needed. And I hope that I've done my job for them so far. I just want to let you guys know. Keep praying. If you pray for all the soldiers that are out here, pray for their families. kids are having issues. I'm sure they miss their moms, they miss their dads. The wives and husbands are worried about their spouses that are over here, moms, dads, their brothers and sisters. Pray for their families. Keep them in your thoughts. Send them lots and lots of love and light it from your heart to theirs. And take care of these guys here. If you'd like to send a card or send a Christmas ornament or send something, a good mailing address here would be posted so that you guys can actually send stuff. And thank you guys so much. Or if you've served, or you are the spouse that waited behind, or the mom or the dad or the brother or the sister that kept your loved one in your hearts and served from home, making sure they knew they were loved. Thank you so much for being there. If you are a community that supports veterans that are currently serving or have served, thank you so much for making sure their families are taken care of, and thank you for being there and sending cards and sending, packages. Oh my goodness. One of the soldiers out here just got a Thanksgiving meal. I'm not talking like, oh, here's a piece of turkey. No, we're talking turkey, mashed potatoes, marshmallows for candied yams. I mean, everything to have a full Thanksgiving meal, and we're actually going to be sharing it with the local nationals here who have not done it yet. So it's going to be a very exciting evening when we do this, and I will see if I can post pictures from that. Just be aware that pictures will be posted on the PTSD Retreat page when I am home, not while I'm here. We don't want to do anything to cause any security risks for any of the guys here. So what will be posted will be very, very censored. But you'll get to see some things. The Women's Center out here, I had the honor of getting to go there as well, and sitting with the women. None of us spoke the same language, but I was working on my Pashto. The kids very happily taught me quite a few words and things that I got to do with them. We had a wonderful time sitting there going back and forth, and sitting with the kids was an honor and a privilege, and I just had a lot of fun. And I got to hold a brand new baby while I was doing it. Other things that have happened, we've got to go to different areas where we've got to interact with all levels of individuals, and it's been an eye-opening experience. It's so much different from the first time I was out here for a year, and it's been an entirely different experience. First time I was pretty much a father. This time it's been outside the wire, and it's every day is an eye-opener. I actually learned the international symbol for going to go take a crap, among other things. And I've gotten to know these guys, and just overall, thank you for serving. Know that we're going to continue to serve, and know that the PTSD Retreat is going to be there. Even though I have my doubts, even though I have sometimes loss of confidence, if I can be there for one person, if we can be there for just one person. The PTSD Retreat is not me. It is every veteran being there for every veteran. So if we can be there for one person, we make a difference every single day. And I thank you guys so much for being there and for listening. I will see if we can get some of the soldiers to give their own spiel in here and share their stories. Thank you guys. Thank you. This is Nicole Johnson-Starr with the PTSD Retreat Radio Talk Show.